What's up, Jet Nation? Greenbean here, pulling over in Zion Crossings, Virginia. Wanting to talk to you for a few minutes about the absolute shellacking that the Jets just put on the Raiders. 34-3. 34-3. That's all John Gruden could bring to town. 3 points. Might as well be no points, Gruden. It was nice to see Raider Nation coming out in force, wearing all their Darth Vader masks and their skulls and crossbones and all that jazz. And they got to sit there with their mouths shut, sitting on their hands without a word to say as the Jets just beat the hell out of them and send them packing. Nothing makes me happier when one of these teams who travel well, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Pats, the Cowboys, whoever it is. I love when they can come to town. They all think they're going to have a nice sunny day where they watch their team beat up on the lowly Jets. I love it when we can send them home embarrassed, quite frankly. So get out of here. Take your 3 points and get out of town. A couple things that happened. Robby Anderson, there was a really good post on Jet Nation message board started by Green Blood Blitz, I believe it was, asking the question, what is Robby Anderson? Is he a number one receiver? Is he a number 4 receiver? Is he worth $15 million a year? Is he worth $6 million a year? And the truth is that it's hard to tell. But a game like this week, where Robby Anderson's presence was felt, really boils down to Sam Darnold's ability to scan the field and be able to pick his receivers and let the routes develop a little bit. This offensive line, that's what it boils down to, is them giving Sam a little bit of time to survey the field and step into his throws. Guys like Robby Anderson, who are going to beat, he's going to beat his. The defensive back more times than not if you give him a few seconds. That crossing route, I honestly believe that if we design the play to clean out the flat and send Robby over on the crossing route on a 6 pattern or so, what defensive back is going to keep up with Robby Anderson? And if Sam could hit him in stride like he did in that Raiders game, that's not going to be stoppable. That's going to be a huge play for us, huge. And I'd like to see more of that. But again, it really all falls back to our offensive line. And one of the interesting stats that came up on the message board this week, I believe it was by a poster named Grandy. He posted something from Twitter that said that when Jonotthan Harrison is playing center in front of Sam Darnold's interception or touchdown to interceptions is 17 touchdowns to 3 picks. 17-3 when Jonotthan Harrison is playing in front of him. What does that tell us? This poor guy has been sitting behind Spencer Long, who couldn't even get a snap right. He could not even get the ball into Sam Darnold's hands in a shotgun. And we watched that for 6-7 weeks before Bowles was wise enough to get that guy the hell out of there. And then this year, Jonotthan Harrison was the supposed starter. And then we move on and we actually coax Ryan Khalil out of retirement, which we all thought was a good move. But after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of this guy being a turnstile, Harrison just sat there waiting calmly. And when he comes in, all of a sudden the offensive line is playing better. Sure, we have Tom Compton and Lewis playing the guards, and they look better. Winters sucks, in my opinion. Yes, I know he's playing with a torn pectoral and a torn vagina and all those things. I don't know what's going on. The guy's injured every year. I appreciate he's a tough guy. I appreciate him playing. I do. But he sucked when he was playing. And I've been in arguments with guys before on the board. They say he's the best guy on our team, on our offensive line. I'm done with Winters, quite frankly. And we can see the difference with Tom Compton being in there. And Alex Lewis, the whole KO situation, I don't even want to get into it. But they look good. And Sam being 17 touchdowns to 3 picks when Jonotthan Harrison is in front of him. He sat behind Shepard and Spencer Long. It didn't feel right saying Shepard. But he sat behind Spencer Long and then he sat behind Ryan Khalil. Both times we looked like garbage. Then Harrison comes in, and all of a sudden Sam is playing better. And I saw Harrison get beat a couple times. He looked funny chasing the defensive lineman, like running behind him as Sam was rolling out and all that. But while that stuff is happening, Sam seems to be able to handle it when the guy just isn't having a free line right to him and, being in his face in less than a second. So what do we do with Jonotthan Harrison? What's the story here? What are we going to do with this guy? Did he earn his starting spot? Is this our center? Do we not need to go look for a new starting center? I don't know what it is, but it seems like Sam Darnold is able to play more confidently when Jonotthan Harrison is in front of him. The stats don't lie. The victories, the wins, they don't lie. So here we go. We're going into next week. Jonotthan Harrison is the starter. And then, let me just back up a second. Getting back to Robby Anderson again. When Sam has time, guys like Robby Anderson, who we were all arguing a few weeks ago was a bum, all of a sudden he's looking like lightning in a bottle. He's got 2 steps on the defensive back. Every time you look his way, he's running the cross pattern. He's a step ahead of the guy. When on the flea flicker, for God's sakes, on the flea flicker, where's Robby Anderson standing? In the middle of the zone with 2 defensive backs 10 feet away from him on either side. He knows how to get open. He can get open. And when Sam has the time, because of guys like Jonotthan Harrison, Sam can hit him. And that's what it all boils down to. Now, this week, we got the Redskins. Oh, no, we beat them already. We have the Bengals. The Bengals, a classic trap game. It sounds funny to be talking about trap games on this side of the aisle, but we are. And this is the kind of game that the Jets traditionally blow. When we're just looking good, the energy's starting to get more positive. We're just starting to get some belief in us, and then we go and lay an egg in a game like this. Slow-Mo 57 said it best on one of the message board threads. He said, this game has "Yay, we're great," followed by "We suck again," written all over it. And I could not agree more. The Jets have to come out and play solid football. And with Greg Williams calling the defense like he has been, I think we're going to do just that. Look, we'll talk soon. Lachlan Edwards watch here. 47 yards for his average punt. 47 yards. And he didn't even punt until the third quarter. What's that tell you? We're doing something right. Go Jets.